Well, I've arrived and it seems that I've got the entire site to myself. Welcome to another Pop Top Adventures video. I'm in a beautiful place. I'm going to take you along for the ride, and then later on we're going to do a campsite tour of the place that I'm staying, and I can't wait for you to see it. See you, bye. Hey everyone, eagle-eyed viewers will recognise this beautiful campsite from a few weeks ago. I managed to wangle another night away after a quick chat with the boss, so I have yet another campsite to show you in this video. So join me as I pack up and leave this site and head on over to my next location. But first, let's head off to a place I've been before but not yet had the chance to have a good look around. And before I go, if you've yet to like and subscribe to the channel, it would be really awesome if you could. It helps us keep videos sponsorship free, buying products with our own money, and showing you potential campsites and places to visit. I am just entering Dalby Forrest. It's 10 quid to drive on the road. However, you do get to park there as well, as long as you like. So 10 quid actually is not too bad. I had a really nice sleep last night, by the way. And if you've not seen that video, I'll link it in the description below. That was yesterday's camp. No idea when that video's going up. It could be weeks between them. After parking up, I headed up to the visitor centre to grab a coffee and a morning snack. The visitor centre is brilliant and well worth a wander around if you come here. There's a bike store and the awesome Go Ape attraction if you don't fancy a walk or a bike ride. Now, I know you're all thinking, but you're in your camper van, you've got breakfast, you've got a kettle, why did you just go pay for a Costa coffee? It's because I'm lazy. That's it, that's all it is. So I got myself a Costa, lovely, and a massive flapjack. That's more than enough for breakfast. I was going to have porridge oats anyway, so let's just throw a shed load of sugar into it. That should get me around this walk. Lots and lots of mountain bikists around here because that's the kind of thing that you do in Dalby Forest, but plenty of walks as well as mountain bike trails. So I'm going to take you on one of the walks after I've had my Costa and my slab of flapjack. Lovely. I set off on my walk, and about 500 yards from the car park was a bike hire centre. They even had ex-hire bikes for sale at reduced cost, and as you can see from the price list, it's definitely better to bring your own bike. There is a lovely seating area with a cafe and a water tap to top up your own bottle should you wish. Dalby Forest is a forest located on the southern slopes of the North Yorkshire National Park, and it's maintained by the Forestry England. It's also home to many species of wildlife such as badgers, roe deer and nightjars, whatever they are. This info is from Wikipedia, so that last bit could be made up, as well as 5 species of bat. No, wait a minute. After a quick Google, it turns out that a nightjar is actually a bird. Every day's a school day. I'll tell you where it is under the trees. Bloody cold, but this is proper beautiful. Absolutely stunning. And this is like a green route, so they've got different routes. Green, red, black, I think. And like skiing. And you can choose the level of route you want to do based on your expertise. So this is nice and flat and lovely. So this is a green route. So you can come here with your family, mountain bikes, and have a nice day out. It's lovely. All the paths that you can walk on have got signs on them with little footprints. So just keep an eye on those, because you don't want to end up on a black route with a mountain bike coming flying down up your backside. That won't be pretty. Right. Gorgeous. Proper gorgeous. Love it, love it, love it. Let's carry on with the walk. I was surprised to find out that the area, now covered by the forest, was actually underwater 150 million years ago. Fossils from this era can be found across the entire area. Nice! Now I know what you're all probably thinking, and that is, are you going to take some photographs while you're here? Now that was the plan. However, a very wise man once said, Thomas Heaton, a very wise man once said, a great view doesn't always make a great picture. Now, while this is beautiful to look at, stunning in fact, I've not really found a picture to take. Now, there will be some, and I'm sure Mr. Heaton would find one. You know, he'd make this dead bit of tree here look epic, because that's what he does. However, I can make a bride and groom look epic, but when it comes to landscapes, unless it presents itself to me, no chance. Today, Dalby Forest is used for recreation as well as timber production. There are several car parks, hiking trails and mountain bike trails, a forest drive through the forest and a Go Ape centre. The toll is charged to enter at either end of the forest drive by car, however, there is no further charge for parking at the car parks along the route. The water just back there over that bridge is so clear. I've never seen like a stream in the UK that clear. There was like sand and everything. Must be filtered through the pine trees or something. I've no idea. But yeah, something I haven't seen, I don't think ever in the UK, which is nice. This trail's got a bit nicer now. A little bit narrower, which is lovely. The wider trail is fine, but you feel like you're just plodding along. But yeah, when it sort of closes in like this, it's a lot nicer. I prefer it. Ooh, foxgloves. Look at that. Oh, lovely. So the reason I'm doing a slightly less mountain ridge, knife edge, massive mountain, huge walk on this video is because quite a few of you have asked for it. A lot of the videos that I do when I go on walks, I'm smashing it up a mountain, or like in my recent Crib Gok video, going across a knife edge. And that's not always what you guys are wanting to do. So, with that in mind, I thought I'd do a lovely walk in a forest, which is so beautiful and totally accessible to a good 90% of you. If you're able and you can, come out here, it's beautiful. This is just as good for the head as walking up a mountain. Oh, this is nice. Just thought I'd have a 5-minute chill, listen to nature and whatnot. Been saying hello to people walking past. There's not been that many people, I'll be honest with you. I mean, it's been quiet today, but I bet on a bank holiday or even on a weekend during summer, I bet it gets pretty busy. But that's a good thing, you know, people out in fresh air, having a lovely time with their families and walking. If you've yet to like and subscribe, then don't forget to do the like and subscribe thing. It's completely free, doesn't cost you a penny, and it really helps us keep creating more content like this, showing you campsites you might want to go visit, showing you what's in the local area that you might want to go visit, and all of the awesomeness. Right, let's get back to the van. See you, bye. So I did just that. The rest of the walk was just as lovely, and once back at the van I was itching to get to the campsite I'd booked the night previous to see what that was all about. I paid the £10 parking fee, which I believe can be paid at any time during your stay. You just can't leave until you've paid, as the barriers will not let you out. You can pay at the exit, at the barriers, with your card though, if you need to. Right, now I've paid and I can leave legally. Let's head off to the campsite, get some dinner on, and then answer some of your questions around the fire pit. Lovely. Keys, need those. The drive took about 20 minutes and it wasn't long before I reached the campsite. The wind had picked up a lot, so I picked a spot that would hopefully shelter me a little bit while I were camping. Upon entering the site, I couldn't believe my eyes. I'd done it again. Well, I've arrived and it seems that I've got the entire site to myself. This is mint. This is absolutely mint. The place is humongous. And it says on the sign on the way in to go to your allocated pitch. I've checked my emails, I didn't have a allocated pitch, but there's only me here. So I've gone to number 1, which is right next to the toilets and all the amenities. I've got my tap just there. We'll do a campsite tour in a bit, but yeah, happy days. With the bush just being there, the van being here, the wind should be okay. But, you know, I can't count for my wind. I'll tell you something now, I'm going to get some nice shots at van here today. And the rolling hills and the, oh, awesome. Right, I'm hungry. I'm going to eat my sandwiches that I was supposed to eat on the walk, and I shall see you when I'm setting up camp. See you, bye. So I've just been having a chat with a subscriber, lovely chap, and he's just brought something up which I completely agree with, but also don't agree with. So he said, if you're going to be staying at a back to basics campsite, which is just a field with nothing in it, you might as well go wild camping because that's free. And he's totally correct. When wild camping, I don't know about you, but I definitely don't have any alcohol in my system. That is just in case I have to drive off for whatever reason, an emergency, or, you know, I get asked to move on, whatever it is. The whole part of camping for me and the vibe of camping is to have a fire pit, which is why I go to campsites that mainly allow fire pits. We have been to a few that don't have fire pits, and it's fine. It's fine when you're with the family, you can play football and run around and things like that, and then just come in the van when you get cold and play games. But yeah, for me, sat in front of a fire pit with a beer and just staring at the fire pit like it's a TV is a must for me, it really is. And I have been on a few wild camps on the channel. The one near Scarborough, say for instance, that was lovely. It was really nice, really chilled. But I were bored. You know, I went on a walk and I came back to the van, and then I sat in the van, and then I sat outside the van, and then it got cold, so I went back in the van, and then I went to sleep. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. Because I'm sure it's like 50-50. I reckon it's like Marmite. Some of you definitely will never touch a campsite. Some of you definitely will never go wild camping. Some of you will do a mixture of the two. Some of you will prefer one to the other, but will still do both. It'd be interesting to see some sort of survey of what people think. Anyway, I'm waffling. I shall see you when it's time to make dinner. Bye. Update. We're going to do a really nice piece to camera where I'm making dinner and there's all ambient noise and all sorts of stuff like that. But the wind has not died down. It's atrocious. You can see the tree over here. It's absolutely bending in half. Well, it's not bending in half, but you know what I mean. So I've decided instead tonight I'm just going to shove something in the microwave. So it's now time for Colin answered your questions. So the first question that I get asked quite a lot is, what MPG, miles per gallon, do you get out of your van? Now that differs. If I'm in a rush, I get a lot less. If I drive it like my dad, I get loads. But average is anything between sort of 35 and 40 miles to the gallon. Now, what I've started to do, because diesel's so expensive, is give myself little targets as I set off, and it's like a bit of a game. So I'll say to myself, right, between, I don't know, home and the first campsite, I want to get no less than 38 miles to the gallon. And then any more than that is a bonus, and any less than that is like no go. So I give myself these little competitions to see if I can get better miles per gallon. Like I did this morning, between that campsite and this campsite, I got 41.6 miles to the gallon. And the next question that I get asked loads is, are you getting a bigger van? Now, don't get me wrong, when we're looking around the shows and stuff like that, and you're looking in other vans and you're just like, oh, this is lovely. Imagine having your bed set up for you already. You could just get into bed. Imagine cooking, stood up, you know, and all that. And it's lovely, don't get me wrong. And all these vans look really snazzy. There's a couple of reasons. The first reason is I can't afford it. And the next reason is I can't afford it. Look, it would be lovely. It would be really, really nice to have something like that. However, the convenience of having a van this small is brilliant for me, for my job, for parking on the drive, for getting down small country lanes and things like that. It's perfect for me. It's not for everybody, I get that, but I'm sure at some point, as we get older, we might want to go for a bigger van because we can't be arsed setting up the bed every night and stuff like that. But right now, I'm loving this van because it's my Jeff. Do you know what I mean? It's my Jeff. It's like a brother. And the final question in the Colin Answers Your Question section is, how is your bumper doing since you resprayed it? It's doing brilliantly. Even I'm surprised that it's still looking great, but still there's that itching feeling going round my head. What would it look like all in Raptor? Oh, I don't know. What do you think? Put in the comment section below. Should I Raptor paint the whole front bumper? Not the inserts, keep those, you know, gloss black. Do you think I should Raptor paint the front? I don't know. So that's the end of Colin Answered Your Questions. So I think you guys have waited long enough now. It's about time for your campsite tour. Nice! So it's time for the campsite tour, and I'll be visiting campsites with more facilities in the not too distant future, but this is another back to basics site that you can truly switch off and relax at. Cotril Farm Campsite, 15 miles from York Centre, is a simple, dog-friendly site and the mobile reception is okay on Vodafone. I was getting 4G every now and then. There are tons of pitches, all of which are very level, but there are no hard standing or electric pitches at the moment. The toilets are very clean Portaloo cabins and are situated near the entrance. I wasn't expecting an Elson point, but after being away for a few nights, it was a welcome addition. There are no showers at the moment, so bring plenty of baby wipes. There is a log store where you can leave £5 in an honesty box for a bag of logs, and you can hire fire pits should you wish. Fire pits are okay as long as they're off the ground, and there's a bin for your fire pit ashes. There's a single water tap near the entrance, a waste area also near the entrance, and you can call the farm to purchase a good selection of meats should you wish to have a meat feast on your stay, which is a nice touch. Another nice touch is a communal seating area with benches to chill and look at the views. I do like this site. It's quite remote, but certainly good for a few days relaxing away from the daily grind. I felt de-stressed as soon as I drove in. Like with all my campsite tours, they're not sponsored, just me showing you sites that I go to that you might want to visit too. The cost for my stay was just £18 for the night, which I am more than happy to pay, so I can have a fire pit and a few beers without the fear of being moved on. I've also paid more for a patch of grass with less facilities too. Right, let's chill out with my fire pit and a beer and then show you some outtakes. Stay awesome you lot, and I shall see you on the next adventure. Stupid. Don't even know if it were in focus. Let's have a look. Hello, camera. I found you. Oh, nearly decked it. Jesus. There was someone behind me, but I thought it was a bear, but we don't get bears here. This is so much nicer than being on the beach yesterday when there were 1,000 people. Welcome to another Pop Top Adventures video. Don't spit. Talking to myself. First sign of madness, that call. Although I think I went mad a long time ago. So see you, bye. Lovely. For what I need to do, anyway. Just pop that down there. Start a bit low. Let's sit here. Hello, 1, 2. Miss a few. Lovely. So, I think I might run out of wood tonight. Nice. So, just gonna get some on my. So, microwave time. Lovely. And I think the sun is sort of bleaching it out a little bit. That'd be right. So I think you've waited long enough now. I think it's now. Let's do it that way, because sun. No.